What's up, guys? Welcome back to Working Aussies Homestead's YouTube channel. My name is Josh, and in today's video we are going to be learning some more about prepping for your spring garden, maximizing your budget, and how we do the stuff that we do here. So roll the intro and let's go ahead and get started with this video. Alright guys, in the last video we went over how to maximize your budget so that way you can get these clean and sanitized for your spring garden and get your seeds started. So what's the next step? The next step is you're going to plant in them, and if you're like us, you don't have a greenhouse on your property. Maybe you're in an apartment, maybe you're in a smaller house with just a little itty bitty yard and you don't have room for a gigantic greenhouse. Well, what are you going to do? How are you going to get them started indoors, or are you going to wait until you have to direct sow outside? No, we're going to get them started indoors, and how we do that is with these. We have these grow lights inside in this room that we can regulate almost everything. So let's talk about these grow lights a little bit. So we learned how to do this from a book that we got in New York at a yard sale. Got it pretty cheap. It's called Gardening Indoors Under Lights, A Complete Guide. Pretty basic and obvious, but basically what it teaches us is that there are a couple things you need to know when you're going to use lights to grow things indoors, and that's the same for microgreens, that's the same for seed starts, that's the same for anything that's going under lights. And so I'm going to go over that today with you a little bit and hopefully get you started, and then we're going to talk about the things you need to get this all set up and how we have it set up here. So it's really simple to do. You basically just want to keep this in mind when you are doing your setup. You want two different types of bulbs if you have a room that doesn't have any access to sunlight. And the two bulbs are going to be the same bulb, but or the bulb type, but you want to make sure you have a cool and a warm bulb. And no, I'm not talking about temperature in the sense of touch. I'm talking about temperature in the sense of light. So, there's different types of spectrums in the UV spectrum, and cooler lights are more blue and warmer lights are more red, yellow, orange colors. So let's act like this window is not back here, and if we were going to set this up for somebody in their basement, for somebody even in their closet, what you want is you want about a 3500K light, and that'll be on the packaging of the bulb. It'll be on the packaging of the bulb when you get it in. I don't see it on the bulb itself, but make sure you're looking at the packaging so that way you can get the correct bulb. But basically, you want one 3500 watt or 3500K, and then you want one 5000, and the 5000 to 6000 is going to be the warmer scale. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put a warm and a cool bulb into these sockets. And that's going to help your plant get the full spectrum of what would be the sun if it had access to it. Now, because we have a window back here, we are going to actually I put a 3500 in here because I have access to the sun. So it's allowing that 5000 to come in. But basically, I run a cooler light instead of a warmer light. So, super simple. That's how you do it. If you are in, like I said, your garage, you're in your room with no window, make sure you get two bulbs. If you have access to a window that's really close to these, you can do one set of bulbs so you don't have to buy two extras. All right, so let's talk about setup real quick. You're gonna want a shelf of some kind. You don't have to get this kind of shelf. This is just what they had at Lowe's. And it works really well with the different setups here because you can adjust these different heights so that way if you have taller plants that you're starting or shorter plants, you can put them on different shelves if that helps you. This is a $20 light from Lowe's. I got the one that plugs directly into the wall so that way it's easier for me. And then the bulbs are probably about $5 or so. And then all the hanging apparatus, that comes with the light fixture itself. So you've got your seed tray here, right? We're going to put that down. You want to make sure your light is as far down as it can go to the tray. And that's how you're going to start it. I could get this lower if I really wanted to, but for demonstration purposes, this is good. You want it basically as low as you can to kind of bring that light in, to bring the heat in on your plants, and this way they get as much of it as possible right there on the soil. As your plants grow, let's say your plants are growing here and now they don't need as much light, you can bring this up to raise and lower as you need. And that's really simple. You just raise and lower as plants grow. That's how we start our seeds. That's how we start our plants. That's how we did the garden outside. And it's doing really, really well. You're going to want to start your seeds at least 8 weeks before they go outside, somewhere around in there. But check on the seed packet. Check on the place that you buy your seeds. They'll probably tell you when you should start them as you start seeds indoors. And the final thing is setting up how you're going to have everything turn on and off. So I have these here, so that way we can just plug them in. And that way we can easily turn everything on and off with a switch, just like that. You can do it with a timer. I've seen people do it with a timer. That way you're giving your plants enough sunlight as if they were to go outside. So like 8 to 10 hours. And it cuts on and off automatically. But I'm home enough that I can actually just turn it on and off by myself. It's not an added expense that I need. All right, guys, and there it is. It's that simple. That is how easy it is to use grow lights. That is how easy it is to get things started, even if you don't have a greenhouse. Keep this in mind if you have a small house, you have a small apartment, you have an area where you're ready to start growing, but you don't have access to a greenhouse to get things going early. You can use this kind of stuff to help you get started. Now, something else I will put in before I go, we keep this room at a temperature of around 73 degrees, so that way everything is germinating properly. And so that is another nice thing of having it in this room, is having a space heater regulate the temperature in this room so it's not too hot and it's not too cold. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell button for notifications. And until the next video, you guys, we'll see you in the next one with another cool gardening or budget tip. Thanks.